Sorry there. This lecture is on different types of volcanoes. And we're going to be looking at 6 different types of volcanoes, but focusing on these 3 main ones, the shield volcanoes, the cinder cone volcanoes, as well as the stratovolcanoes. But we're also going to be looking briefly at the calderas, as well as the Mars and the tuff volcanoes, like the one here in down here in Hawaii. Now, the first type are the shield volcanoes. The reason why they call them shield volcanoes because they look like overturned shields. And shield volcanoes basically kind of build up over time by lava just kind of spewing over the sides. Shield volcanoes have lava that are very viscous, so they're very runny, and they're constantly kind of running and building up the layers of solidified lava along its sides. And these volcanoes can actually become quite tall over time. They have gentle slopes compared to some of the other volcanoes. You kind of think of like Mount Fuji. That's not a shield volcano. It's a stratovolcano. We're about to talk about that. Shield volcanoes are typically found in places that are hot spots. So, for instance, in Hawaii, like this one here. And you can see that these are this type of lava has a low amount of silica, and so that the because it doesn't have a lot of silica in it, it can actually become quite runny. And this lava can actually run for for long distances before it actually ends up solidifying into this lava rock. So examples of where shield volcanoes are actually occur, they're mostly around hotspots, like as I mentioned, Hawaii. Iceland is another example. The Galapagos Islands are another example where there are a number of shield volcanoes, and also along the African Rift Zone. For instance, Narugam-Gya is one in the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as Etra Ali, which is a really famous volcano, very hard to get to because it's in a very hot region, and it's also a region that's kind of in a bit of conflict. But the Etra Ali is actually kind of very if you're a volcanologist, it's quite exciting because it has not only just kind of these crazy eruptions, but also has very dangerous acidic land and geysers and mud, hot mud pools, etc. So the next type of volcano is called a cinder cone volcano. And this is about a medium-sized volcano compared to the shield. And their next one we're going to be talking about, which are stratovolcanoes. They usually kind of grow fairly kind of quickly over time because they're basically kind of a low-level eruptions that are building up the sides of ash. These can also kind of erode fairly easily because most of the sides are just kind of made up of loose ash. And here's an example of what a cinder cone volcano actually looks like. So it basically is kind of small strombolian or volcan eruptions that basically kind of scatter the sides of the volcano with ash. And a classic example, and I'm hoping that this video will actually work, we're going to be talking about this volcano here that formed basically in a cornfield in Mexico in 1943. And there's actually a historical picture of this cathedral just out in the village, kind of just outside of where this volcano, which this village eventually ended up having to kind of move away because of this growing volcano. And so please let this video work. Yay. So here's a couple of examples of cinder cone volcanoes. They almost look like mouths coming out of the earth. This one is actually in Australia. This is called the Fox Cinder Volcano. And we also have cinder volcanoes examples here in Canada. One of the very last eruptions that were actually on Canadian soil was a cinder volcano called the Eve Cone, which is in northern British Columbia. You can actually see some of the mountains right along there. We actually do have other volcanoes in Canada, and we'll talk about them in the next part. Because our next part is talking about stratovolcanoes. And these are what we consider as being that classic kind of volcano that we think of Mount Fuji. Mount St. Helens is another example of a stratovolcano. And if you watch that video that I had posted up of myself, just kind of outside, up on the mountain looking over Vancouver, you'll see in the far distance a volcano called Mount Baker. And Mount Baker is also a stratovolcano. And stratovolcanoes are also known as composite volcanoes. And so that's an important thing for you to write down. And these are volcanoes that are formed along the edge of the plate tectonics, wherever we have the convergence of the ocean plates going underneath a continental plate. So they will occur along the North American as well as the Pacific plate. So Mount Baker, Mount St. Helens are two examples of some stratovolcanoes occurring because of this. And also along the Central America, as well as in South America, kind of along the Andes. You'll end up seeing these stratovolcanoes. But they also occur on the other side of the ocean where there's also subduction going on. So along those volcanic islands in Alaska, there's actually quite a few. Most of those island chains kind of that make that handle of Alaska are all stratovolcanoes, or many of them are stratovolcanoes. But we also, of course, have the one in Japan like Mount Fuji. And this is a quick animation of what a stratovolcano, how a stratovolcano or composite volcano develops. So it's a huge amount of eruption, some lava, more eruption kind of going on, and eventually over time that it's going to be kind of a very dense kind of conical shape that is building up. And they're often quite tall, so that's why we'll often see we'll see snowpacks on the top of them. So the stratovolcanoes tend to have, it says more viscous, so kind of this is a bit of a mistake here. It's thicker lava compared to the shield volcanoes. The reason why they have thicker lava is because they have a lot more of a mineral called silica in it. And we think of silica as being something that you can actually make glass out of. And what happens is that this thicker lava tends to kind of block up the main vent, which ends up kind of building up the pressure within the magma chamber. And this ends up kind of the more pressure that builds up, the more of explosion that will end up occurring. In this explosion here from the stratovolcanoes, we're going to, in one of your next videos, you'll be talking about the 4 different types of violent eruptions, like the Vesuvian as well as the Pleiadian volcanic eruptions. And these eruptions from the stratovolcanoes will end up sending out things we call tephra. And tephra basically are things like cinders, ashes, pumice, and the volcanic bombs, which you'll be talking about when we talk about some of the hazards of volcanoes. So here's an example of some composite, or what we call stratovolcanoes. This is the one along some of those islands in the handle of Alaska. This is one in South America, and of course this is Mount Fuji. And you'll be looking for one of those guys actually in your next task. And so this here is a map of some of the volcanoes in British Columbia. So this is